This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.
Still looking at developments across the world, Nigeria is making a formal bid to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games on the 100th anniversary of the competition. Nigeria faces India in the bidding process, and the evaluation committee has the final say on which country will receive hosting rights. Joining the conversation this morning is Fred Edore. Mr. Edore is a Senior Special Assistant to the Delta State Governor on Sports. Hello and welcome to the conversation, Mr. Edore.
Good morning, Radio Now. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Lagos.
It's a pleasure to have you on. Let's start off with your thoughts on our bid. Are we likely to make it? We've bid before and we lost out.
Well, first of all, it's a very welcome bid, very important for Nigeria, for Africa. If you talk about the Commonwealth countries, you need to know the number of African countries that are members of the Commonwealth. And to imagine that going to 100 years of holding the Commonwealth Games, it has not been held in the soil of Africa, I think that there is something wrong there. And so Nigeria is coming out boldly to bid for it, and I think that it is good. I also want to congratulate or commend the President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for putting full weight behind it. As you would notice, the President has come to fully understand the place of sport in the modern global economy, and you can see all the steps he's taking to reposition our sports industry. He understands the need for us to push further to diversify the economy using sport, maybe soft sectors, movies, Afrobeat, and all that. And sports must come into that port, to drive the new economy for our young people. So I think we must commend him. Talking about us getting the bid or not getting the bid, I think that it depends, one, on how we push it, and it also depends on how we're able to convince the Commonwealth Games Federation to understand the need to give to Africa. This happened once in FIFA when they were rotating the World Cup host between European and American countries, and at a point FIFA decided no, it must go to Asia, and then we hosted the FIFA World Cup was hosted between Japan and Korea, and then at another point FIFA decided it must come to Africa. The advanced nations, if you like, didn't give much to Africa, but it came to South Africa and it was a success. They also didn't think that it should go to countries like Qatar. There were a lot of arguments against Qatar, but they took it to Qatar because it has to go around the world. And that's the argument that the president is making. If we have as many Commonwealth member countries in Africa, and then you're doing an event for over 100 years, and you do not think it should come to Africa, why are we in the Commonwealth? So I think the Commonwealth has to have a rethinking and give it to Nigeria. We have to push that argument. It's a very important argument for humanity, for our collectivity, and I think on the strength of that, we can get the bid. We have a good bid. Our statement is correct. Right. Our readiness is correct, and then the government is fully behind it.
When you say our readiness is correct, what do you mean? Because immediately we think about sports facilities, and from the bid, we can see that both Abuja and Lagos will play prominent roles in hosting if we do receive the rights.
Yeah. So readiness actually starts from willingness. How willing are we? Do we have the political will? And I know Nigeria, when we have the political will to get something done, we can get it done. When we hosted the All African Games, yes, we built a new stadium in Abuja. The stadium is maybe suffering some dilapidation. So also is the stadium in Lagos. But we're talking about 2030. If we have the political will, we can get to work at it. And I know that before 2038, 2039, those facilities will be in place and fully ready. The only thing you can talk about is when we finish, how we're going to maintain it and stuff. But talking about being ready, we have the willingness. The president has spoken. The country is ready. You saw what the president did with the Super Falcons and the Tigers when they won. That was huge reward. And if the president can make that huge reward for our national teams, of course he will leave no stone unturned to make sure that those facilities are ready. So I speak from the point of view of the political willingness of the president and of the country, and that is the crucial thing. That is the most important thing. There is nothing we cannot fix. We have the money, and we know the benefits of making that investment. because we'll be reopening Nigeria to the world, making us, the destination to come after that period. All the Commonwealth countries, the attention of the world will be on us, and it will give us an opportunity to showcase, the investment potential that we are already working on. So it's very important. We can make that investment because there are dividends to get from it, and we have the political will to do it.
Mr. Edore, I'm glad that your last response there touches on what investment opportunities there are, because if you listen to the president in that video that they put out, you can see that you get a sense that he's also very interested in the economic side of this sports event. Unfortunately, time will not allow us to go further, but perhaps when the evaluation committee makes its decision, then we'll get your thoughts on this. Thank you so much for joining us on the conversation this morning.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Fred Edore is Senior Special Assistant to the Delta State Governor on Sports, joining us this morning to discuss Nigeria's bid to host the Commonwealth Games in 2030. We expect the evaluation committee to make a decision between Nigeria and India. These are the only two countries that put in a formal bid before the deadline, which elapsed in August this year.
This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.